I'm late, but I'm on time, right? I'm late, but I'm on time. Holy cow, you guys have been here a while, huh? Midwest old man, how are you? Marguerite, how are you? Coming to you live from Parma, Ohio. Hi, Rick. Hey, Lynn and Jerry. Captain Billy's here already. I just left you. We had our date. Perry, that may be. Working this afternoon, have this on my iPhone. Sorry, state where work and the live fills my Saturday afternoon. It could be worse, is exactly right. Working in San Diego. Stuart and Flip Flops, how are you? It took a long time for me to finally get off on Saturdays. Uh, Captain Billy was busy this afternoon. Hey, Spokane, Nancy, how are you? You want to visit Washington State? Well, I got to get out there to see. I should go out there to see my brother and his wife and his daughter and her husband and their child. Must be locked out of the garage. Nope. Uh, Picking tomatoes. No, me and Captain Billy were out partying. He lives closer, so he got home. So we did see each other. Well, he actually found me. I'm an old man. That's right. I wanted to go to the event, but have too much to do. It was pretty fun. I put a couple lives out there. The first one shows most of what's there. The second one deals, and it's a little grainy. It got grainy. The second live was with Houlihan, and I know a lot of you guys don't know who these people are or care, but for us, for me, and Captain Billy and Scott and from South Carolina and Perry and a few others. It's we know that this is the last show. They're never going to do this again, and the lines for Houlihan were long. He's 91, and you know what that means. I mean, everybody knows what that means. So it's great that we got to see him. We got to talk to him. We got to get their autographs, and I did get a picture. And out of the four people in that picture, which I'll frame it and put it in front of Captain Billy's art. Um, but out of those four, two have passed already, and with John being or Hooley being 91 and John getting up there in age as well, you know that's just how it is. It's a shame, but it's how it is. Let me see. Hey, Noreen, I did 280 zone. I did. Um, Got my Medicare card. All right. Good, Scott. You bought some kefir. Yeah, I sent that, Noreen. I sent that to 280 zone. Yeah, you ran into him with your Buick. Yeah. That was you? I was cussing that guy out. I thought it was a girl, but must have been you. Just Mike's Take. How are you doing? Gary the Snail. Hey, John J. Oh, you went to Menards? You didn't see Captain Billy, did you? No, he was with me. I forgot. Go Buckeyes. Yeah, Browns, whoever loses that game, Tim, is going to be 0-2. And that's not going to be good for the start the season, especially with the Browns' tough schedule because I think they got Green Bay after that, and they're playing pretty good. It's just going to be another year. That's not going to be too good. Go Blue. How's the parking ticket fund going? I'm not collecting. I watched Gallardi when I was a teen, and some of Big Chuck and Houlihan too. Yeah, we had a matter of fact. Captain Billy filmed me. Oh, Captain Billy filmed me talking to Houlihan, and I'll get that up as a short one of these because he had to put it in three different sections to get it over to my email or my phone number, my Google phone number. So we'll get those posted as shorts, but I do have 2 lives out there. The first live gives you an idea of what the show looked like, and then the second live was Houlihan talking with Little John and a couple other people. It got real grainy and probably not worth watching, but you can hear the voices, and they told some stories, some very interesting Cleveland stories. So it was good to hear them. Yeah, my $250 ticket. Those of you that don't know, yes, I got a ticket. I'll tell that story here as soon as I get caught up. Hey, Sherry and JNP. Big healthcare costs seen on the horizon, especially for those with retired and not on Medicare. Thinking, I don't know, time or distance. I don't know what they're going to do. I know every year it goes up. But and not throwing stones at anybody, but they made some laws a few years ago that are going to impact um, healthcare now, especially medicines. What they did with the prescription drug stuff. So me and Mrs. Buzz have been so fortunate paying zero through WellCare and paying zero for our prescriptions. I seriously doubt in 2026 that's going to be the same because of some laws that were passed a few years ago. So we'll see. Well, I already talked about her Plan N. We got a thing from Cigna that said it's going up 12 point. I think I said it was 12.4 or 12.6%. So I know Social Security is not going to go up 12.6%. We'll be lucky to get maybe 3%, 3.1. So yeah, we're going to be a little upside down there. That's just the way it is. Scott Norman, how are you? From Hudson Valley, New York. Cool. Yeah, you used to stay up late and watch them. Yeah. Charlie Chip's back. Yep, I can remember that. Doug, how are you doing, Doug? Let me get back up here. Yeah, so I just got home around a little after 6. And then showing Mrs. Buzz on YouTube what it was because she didn't go with me. So I was watching that and I said, geez, I got to get out there and do this live. Captain Billy was working very busy working at now. He skipped out, man. He skipped out and went to the show. All set with some free car washes. Yeah, I got 2 free ones. Well, actually, no, 1 free one. Did your insurance pick up on the ticket? No, but on my travels to the show, which was 40 minutes away, I got a speeding. I got caught speeding on the app. I don't know what I haven't even looked at it yet. It just said one event, and it said speed. So, and that's usually like you'll go from a 25 to a 30 or 35 to a 25, and you're still doing like 35, and it picks up on it. That's dumb. But let's see what happens. Ed from Long Island, how are you? They should know about my ticket. Yeah, if they were, yeah, I only brought it up Wednesday, I think, right? Hey, Brian, how you doing? Yeah, I'll bring that up here in a minute. Here, let me just see. Yeah, I parked in a handicap spot. That's right. You haven't received your Medicare card in the mail yet, and already they've sent me a letter saying I have to pay more for Part B. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, so okay, so here's what happened. So Captain Billy, you see your art up there? He was whining to me so much that how come Kaz gets her art up there and I don't get mine? So I said, you have yours on the back of the toolbox. So I didn't have it open on last Saturday, remember? So now I got to open it. So we got to have Captain Billy's artwork out there, Jeez. I mean, he was crying on my shoulder. Look, can you see I still got a wet spot from where he was crying on my shoulder. So, yeah, from jail, right? No, so what happened was I went to the Rock Hall Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? With Hope to Prosper, Brett. He's doing it, what he's calling a Great Lakes tour. He was going to do it with this guy. They had planned it, and then the guy died, so he decided to do it solo. So he's from California, and he came into the Rock Hall, and I met him down at the Rock Hall, and I did do a couple lives on there. Now some of they were both, because there's music always playing, so I always get hit with these things. But I don't know what got cut out or whatever, but we got that straightened out. But I parked in a spot, and it evidently was a handicap spot. It was along handicap spot. It was along the curb, and a car had pulled out, and I just pulled in, and I saw a sign that said like 4-hour parking. So I said, okay, that's fine. Well, I went on Google Earth, and there's a sign like way back here that says handicap with an arrow pointing that way. And so I guess for the next 5 or 6 spots, it was handicap, and then the meters start. I didn't see a sign when I pulled in. So I leave. Me and Brett had a good time at the Rock Hall. I leave, and I see this ticket. It's $250. So I brought that up on Wednesday's live, and we got some donations to help me out. But I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, because I'm driving down Euclid Avenue in Cleveland, and I see this piece of paper flapping under my windshield wiper, and I'm like, what is that? I hope it's just a Rock Hall promotion for a show or something, because it was small. It was only this big. And I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. And I said, boy, it looks like it's an envelope too. Huh, that's interesting. And so I got all the way to a place close to my house before, and it stuck on it stayed there. It didn't blow off. And I got out of the car, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, $250. So whatever. Yeah. Then the other day, I went to a car wash, and there's a van sitting in there, and the light, it's one of those drive-through car washes, or just no touch car wash. And I'm sitting there, and there's this van in front of me with Indiana license plates. And there's an arrow telling the van to go. And the dryer's coming on to dry the car, and it's just sitting there. It's sitting there, and I'm not really paying attention. Then I look up, and it's still sitting there. Well, I've been to this car wash enough times that I know they need to be moving. So I'm thinking about getting out of my car to go, and I'm like, okay, Indiana plates, not that it's that bad or a bad state or anything, but it's out of state people, maybe, or a rental car. I don't want to get shot between the eyes, right? So I said, well, maybe it's a medical emergency. And I look inside and I'm trying to look in the vehicle because I'm right behind them, ready to enter the wash. I paid, and I'm ready to enter, and yeah, I see some movement. There's 2 people in there. So it's not a medical thing. Nobody's plopped over, heart attack or something. Because the police station's right there too. So they finally pulled out. Well, of course, now the thing shut down. I don't know. It's like it zonked it out by doing that. So I pulled around, went into the other one, and then I called and I said, hey, your things, and I gave them the story. Well, they texted me right away and said, hey, thanks for letting us know. We had to reset it. I put 2 car washes on your, because I have my daughter gets me for Christmas, 6 car washes. So I use that. Well, they put 2 on there. They're really nice people. And I said, what happened? Because I wanted to know. And they said, well, that person timed it out. By sitting there and not moving, they timed out the whole system, and it had to be reset. So you're right. It had to be reset. And I said, yeah, I was kind of worried that maybe somebody had a medical issue. And he says, that's funny you mentioned that, because not long ago, we had a person fall asleep in there. I guess they had to go knock on the old guy's window to wake him up. So I said, yeah, that'll be me one day. I'll sit in the car wash, and while I'm waiting, I'll doze off, and somebody will be knocking on the window to get me out of there. So yeah, I've had some very interesting days lately. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, let's see. Big healthcare. Yeah, we saw that. Okay, used to step. Yeah, we saw that. I've been very busy working at Menards. Captain Billy says, okay, we haven't seen in a while. We've been enjoying a new job. All set with some free car washes. All supposed to be at the concert until I realized it's next Saturday. I'm enjoying my new job. Thanks for asking. Kirk, hello. Is your insurance monitoring device pick up? No. Tune, Michigan needs to be blocked. Ed from Long Island. Good question. Let's see where we at. Brian, and we already said hello to Brian. Greg, go Georgia Tech. Buzz is the mascot. I went to the high school, guy that drew the buzz for Georgia Tech. Ah, cool. They are, you know what? Maybe I can get, who is that? Let me know who that is. Maybe I can get them to draw me for our merch store. Did I say merch store? Yeah, finally, after 2 years, almost 2 years now, we finally have a merch store up. So we got a few people bought some stuff already, but we do have a merchandise store, and there are some hats and shirts, and a couple people have mentioned I need some V-neck T-shirts, so I've already sent that. Someone mentioned about doing a 1 ounce silver round with the Buzz logo on there, so we got that going. Some people don't like the Buzz logo that they did, so we're going to have some other ones as well. But we're just starting out. This is some people I met at the Cuyahoga County Fair, and they're doing a fantastic job. It's basically you order through them, they ship it, they collect the tax, they collect the money, and then Mr. Lazy Me gets a cut of that. So interesting stuff, and you know, I'm always ready to hear your suggestions, your complaints. I'm open to all that, but if you want to check out the store, check out the store. It's up and running. Like I said, they're doing a very, very good job. They're very receptive. They're local to me. I'm just so lucky that I ran into them when I did. I haven't received. Okay, we talked about that. Yeah, exactly. Georgia versus Tennessee. Great game. Made another driver mad. I was going to speed limit and they couldn't pass me fast enough. That happens. What are you going to do? No Saturday. Okay, let's see. I once turned right on red too fast and almost winged a cop. Oh boy. Get ready for points on your record and insurance rate to go up. I don't care. I haven't had a point on my. I don't think my insurance rate will go up for a parking ticket, will it? I don't think so. But hey, you might be right. Who knows? You cried on your knee. Yeah, maybe. You're not that short yourself, so. Let me get back up here. Hey, Retired and Loving It. You guys got to check out, and I haven't even commented yet on their video, but Retired and Loving It, Keith and Terry, they did a 50th anniversary, wedding anniversary, and they have their film up there, their video. I film like I'm in the 60s. They have their video up, and if you get a chance, check out Retired and Loving It. See their 50th wedding anniversary. It looked pretty good. They had a little snafu trying to film it, but they got a lot of pictures up, so that's really good. So yeah, you get a chance if you haven't seen it already. Check that out. I've never seen parallel parking handicap. Yeah, exactly, Scott. Exactly. And there's nothing on the road, but whatever. You know, one thing in retirement, something happens, I brush it off and just keep moving forward. That's all you can do. You know, I don't sit there and dwell on it anything anymore. I, criticize myself for not paying more attention. Actually, I blame Mrs. Buzz. I said, if you would have went with me to the Rock Hall, you probably would have seen the sign because, the passenger usually gets to see more. You're driving. Passenger gets to see what's going on and be the co-pilot. So I said, yeah, it's probably her fault. Yeah. She wasn't happy about that, but she's not doing any road trips together. Didn't they cuff you? No, they didn't cuff me. Moving violation, probably 2 points. I didn't get no moving violation. Maybe you can qualify for a pass free for parking. Google, no, a handicap parking spot will likely not increase your car insurance rates because it's non-moving violation. Right. Nah, you don't have to donate. No, that's fine. You guys did great with the dogs. at the kennel, that we got like 20, what was it, $2,200. I mean, my initial goal was like $300. I mean, you guys surpassed that, and unbelievably so. And there's so many unknown or anonymous givers, and I wish I could thank everybody, but a lot of them came through as anonymous, so I will never know who you are, um, which is kind of a shame because I would like to thank you. But there was a few of you that you're here tonight, and I appreciate you guys who donated to the animals. That was really great. I think we were in the dog department. Besides the boss, we were in. I'm glad we didn't surpass the boss, the manager, shelter manager. I'm just sort of glad, because I'll stay in the pecking order, but we were like very close to beating hers, and I'm glad we came in second there. That was good. But thank you for all that. You're lucky in Virginia is $500. Holy cow! But yeah, we had a good time at the Rock Hall. It was good to see Brett from Hope to Prosper. Um, really nice. You should have left the blaring the Judas Priest song "Breaking the Law." They probably did play that, but it's probably cut off on my video now because what was the other one? I did it. I did one live inside this little area with the '80s songs, and it was somebody. Was it Billy Idol or who was it that sang? I wear my sunglasses at night or whatever, and YouTube picked that up, and YouTube said, "Oh, let's copyright." And no, it was copyright violation, but they didn't give me a strike because you can get a strike for that. Maybe they figured I was at the Rock Hall and it's going to happen. But they said we cannot send this video to 2 areas. And I'm like, ooh, what does that mean? It can't be sent to Belarus and Russia. And I'm like, I never knew my videos went to Russia in the first place. So I've never had a Russian person comment on here. So I thought that was kind of weird. I said, okay, I agree to that. Captain Billy could be a guest. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, 280 Zone, for putting that up there. Hey, formers. I can't even read that. You're gonna need to change that name. I can't read it. If I can't read it, you got to change it. Former. I'm just gonna call you Jones. Jones, how you doing? Change that name. I can't read it. I can't pronounce it. I should say. I can read. I just can't pronounce. That's right, Kaz. You got the silver round coming. That's right. And that was so funny because Kaz asked for a silver round, and I asked the team, and they said that they had somebody else the week before ask them about the same thing. So they're really looking into it. I don't know how they're going to, with the machines that they have, how they would do a coin. I'm really not sure. And then I don't know if there's any laws. Luckily, it's Freddie and Teresa, and Freddie's a lawyer, I guess. So he could look into that kind of stuff and figure out, make sure they don't do anything illegal. Eric, you purchased Big Chuck's book. Big Chuck called me back and sent me a personal autograph picture. Oh, that was really nice. Oh, that's really nice. Monique, my day was interesting. Saw a hit and run today. I pulled over and gave the poor girl a license plate. Man, that's no good. If you're going to hit somebody, okay, you hit somebody. You screwed up. Owe up to it. I mean, make sure the person's okay. Wait for the police. Come on. Whatever. And I'm not saying today's society is any different than years ago, because years ago you see the same thing when it came to that. But I'm just glad you're okay, Monique. Tell the story about the sweatshirt he wanted. Terry had a car wash experience that, if it was caught on video, would have won America's Sawdough. That can't be good. All right, let me go back here. Where did I see? Man, what am I missing here? I'm so sorry. I got to get back here. Okay. No one hurt. Packers versus Browns, Sunday the 21st. That's right. Thankfully, no, nobody was hurt. There was a college student about 20 years old. Man, that's not good. Carlos, how are you? Hawaii, beautiful weather here. Oh yeah, beautiful weather there today. You got beautiful weather there every day. Didn't you have some kind of hurricane that was supposed to be coming by? Maybe that was last week. What about the sweatshirt you wanted? Shouldn't affect your insurance because it's not okay. My dad was an insurance agent for 26 years. All kinds of crazy stories. Yeah, I gotcha. Retired Limited, it's good to watch. Yep. My parents used a grandmother's handicap hang tag to tape it over the old years and put. Oh my gosh. You ever regret not waiting until 65 to 67 to start Social Security? I got to tell you this, the financial side of my brain says yes. The freedom side of my body and how I feel compared to how I felt before I retired. No, I'm glad I didn't wait. I have my normal, just like you, normal aches and pains and the knees hurt and the back hurts and this, and you wake up one day and you're just not feeling great and the stomach issues or whatever, but I can deal with that. And I tell you what, I'm going to be 2 years. This September 29th, I think will be 2 years. And I wouldn't trade those 2 years for $1 million. Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't trade those 2 years. If I can I'm going to do a video because if I can just squeak by until I'm 75 when I die, and I can just squeak by, and I got those extra couple years, I think it was worth it. 100% worth it. Now, 5 years from now, or tomorrow, if I can't pay my bills and they're going to foreclose on my house or something crazy like that, then I'd be good. Yeah, maybe I should have worked, but no. To answer your question, no, I'm good with what I did. But the YouTube helped. Okay, I'd be working part-time for sure. If I didn't have the YouTube, I'd be working part-time. For any my expenses, like what I have, 11,000 so far this year, almost 12,000. I would want to replace that money. And yes, the stock market's replacing some of that, but of course not all of that. So I would want to replace that money that I'm spending for my emergency stuff. You could complain to the town. Yeah, I like I said, I'm just not going to worry about it. No, not a speeding ticket. I'm sorry, Rick. It was a parking ticket, not a speeding ticket. You sent $20 to your coffee fund. Well, thank you very much, Scott. You don't have to do that. I appreciate that, though. So I might actually have to pay it. Actually, I had it on the table outside. If you saw my video where I did a video about it, Ramblings of a Retired Lunatic, episode 21, I think it was. And I left it on the table. And then like later that night, I'm like, oh, what do I do with that? Because it blew off the table. And I'm like, man, I should just leave that there. Let it blow into the neighbor's yard or something. And I said, nah, I better go collect it. I said, they'll come after me at some point. Yeah, 2,200 is definitely awesome. You better believe it. Might have been, yeah, I think it was 22 or 2,300. It was, I couldn't believe it. I just amazed. So I was able to pick up, and I just picked them up today. I haven't even looked at them. I picked up a sweatshirt because we got the 2,200. They gave us a sweatshirt and a t-shirt. And I wanted to do a giveaway for the people that donated, but I had so many anonymous that I don't know how to do that. You'd have to email me that you donated, and how do I know? Yeah, it's kind of fishy, but I would like to do that, but I don't want to do it and leave out the anonymous, because the anonymous donations were 200, 100, 50. I mean, there was some heavy donations under anonymous, and so I'd hate to give away to the people who just use their names and leave them out. So I got to figure out a way to see if we can give back on some of that. Search out Tim Misney. No, we got a guy, Jones. We got a guy on late night TV, the black guy with the square red glasses, and he says, "You need a bulldog." I actually told our attorney, the assistant attorney, the other day. I was telling her, I said, we need a bulldog. I don't know if you guys, not from Cleveland, you may not see those commercials, but I don't know. I said, that's the kind of guy I want. I want that bulldog. Tim Misney, he just wants to make them pay. These are all Cleveland things, probably, that most of you have never heard of. Captain Billy did not know what was going on. I love seeing stories of dog adoptions. The dogs get so excited. Oh, man. I even on the shorts that I do, because someone had mentioned that to me, and I put on the short videos that I go back and I'll add that they got adopted. Banjo, one of them, he just got returned, and as soon as he got returned and somebody found out he was back, he got adopted again. So that's good. Yeah, Corey Hart, sunglasses at night. Okay, that's who it was. Yeah. Just enjoy it. I just might have to. We'll see. Angela Land likely playing the odds fiasco. Someone might cave and say. Yeah, well, I mean, I could use it, but I also like to give back. Yeah, but Banjo got adopted again. The Cleveland commercial that will never leave my brain was C. Miller. Oh, C. Miller Chevrolet. He blew that horrid kiss at the camera. You better believe it. My brothers and I, every time we saw that commercial, and this, when you're 10 years old, 8 years old, and you got some guy blowing a kiss on TV, we would hide behind the furniture. And we made it a game because that commercial was on we'd see it 10 times a day. See the USA and a C. Miller Chevrolet. And he'd blow you a kiss. And now Captain Billy was probably receptive to that, but for us as kids, we would hide behind the couch. We would dive onto the floor under the TV. I mean, it was funny. How long until you bring one of those pups home? Nope, ain't happening. I just don't see it. I'd like to bring well, I don't know if I told you guys, but one of the dogs named Mig, I was sitting in my backyard here, and my neighbor has two dogs. Mark has two dogs. And I saw three dogs running in his backyard, and I'm like, hey, that's Mig. And so he adopted one of the ones that I walked probably 5 times or something. So I'm glad Mig got adopted. But no, it won't be me. Get the bulldog or the hammer. Maybe Carl could be a guest on the show. Carl, where were you at? I thought you were coming with me and Captain Billy. Love that lawyer commercial. Come on, Gray Cat. Hey, I'm knocking everything over. You got to call me. I can't call you. I don't know who you are. Yeah. Could you raffle the sweatshirt? That's an idea, Mike. That's an idea. We'll see. It's an idea. Yeah. You forgot about that commercial. Yeah. Chevy Chase Commander Ray at West Park Chevrolet. Yeah, you got some old Cleveland stuff. Are you and Brett going to do a video together? He seems to be a good guy. I did a live. Now, the problem, it's hard, and I tried to do one in the Rock Hall, but there's so much music playing, and YouTube just doesn't like that. So you can't really do anything long form, but it'll be Hope to Prosper Brett. He'll have probably an accumulation of all the different places he went, which will be a good video. I'll let you guys know if I see that pop up. And he did a small one with short video with me and him standing outside the one sign. So that'll be kind of cool. And then I did get a picture of Captain Billy. So anybody want to see what Captain Billy looks like? Oh, my phone is still at 7%. Did those lives and didn't think to bring a battery backup, or whatever they call those things. I have one. I haven't used it in a long time. Let's see. Let's see if I can see Captain Billy. Oh, that's right. Probably here. He did a couple films. So here's Captain Billy. And no, it's not the guy in the back. It's the guy under the hat. He's not going to show his face. And I don't know why. I don't really get it. I mean, I don't go that way, but he ain't a bad looking dude. He's all right. He's all right for a captain. Evidently, you can edit out the song. Yes, I did that, Noreen. I did because they give me some options, and I was able to do that. It just they'll do it for you. They kind of make it easy. Because like they say, they take away the monetization, which I don't care about that because a short like thing like that doesn't make any money anyway. I don't care about that, but I don't want any copyright strikes, so I figured if we take that out, like Scott was saying before, if we just edit that out, and I haven't gone back to hear, maybe they just made it silent, but I think they said they take the song out, but keep your vocals in is one of the. So as I'm talking, it just takes out the background, which is great. I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. As long as I don't get a strike, that's good. Because I think 3 strikes and they could demonetize your channel and do some crazy stuff to you. I'll send you some money when I get out of my nightmare for a 19. Oh, overpayment. Oh no, that's right. I remember you were saying something about that, Rick, before. $19,000 overpayment. Oh, that's not good. That's what scares the heck out of me. I did a video last summer, I think, about that, where if they make a mistake, you got to pay. And, they've changed the rules. I think Obama had it one way, Biden had it another way, Trump's got it a different way, and on how you pay it back or whatever. But that scares the heck out of me. Could you imagine 5 years down the road, they say they've been overpaying me? Now, your case is a little different, but I've seen news video where people, like, they basically lost their house because they couldn't afford. One person owed $55,000 and they need it like back right away or something. And I'm just like, man, I just hope that never happens to me. I hope it's like, and I'm sure they make mistakes, but man, their mistakes should not be our problem. Captain Billy wanted for lewd and vicious behavior. I think you and Mrs. Buzz should keep the T-shirt and sweatshirt from ARP. You should enjoy them. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I just picked it up today, and I was thinking about it while I was driving, so we'll see. I'm sensitive about Buzz's height. Hey, you're not short. A friend of mine got hit with that overpayment too. Oh man, seriously? That's not good. Probably didn't have insurance. What am I missing here? I'm missing. If I'm missing some of your stuff, just repeat it again. Plenty of pics of me at my Facebook page, but you got to be my friend. All right, so Kaz, I guess I'm gonna have to be your friend, right? Will you accept me? Ford Motors fault and come Wednesday. Yeah, that Rick, that just sucks. I did a video about that because I was so worried. I'm still worried about that. Could you imagine? 5 years down the road, they say, "Oh, well, we had a new guy," because they did. On my wife's, they had a new guy, and they have to pass it through like 3 other supervisors. So I'm hoping it's good. But what if? And their fault, but too bad. We paid you, now we want it back. Oh man, I just hope that doesn't happen. But somebody, huh? Man, that's crazy. Buzz kept bumping his head on the fluorescent light on the ceiling. Yeah, I bet at Houlihan, I asked him, and Captain Billy filmed it for me. I'll post that as a short here later tonight or tomorrow. he said, I I asked Houlihan for his watch because it was like a coppery looking watch. It looked pretty cool. I said, "Can I have your watch?" Now remember, he's a skit guy, so playing off of him, I said, "Can I have your watch?" And he goes, "I think that'll probably be a no." So that was pretty funny though. Hey, $5. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I didn't hear you talk about your changing spending overtime. Are you planning to go spending for some period of time? No, I work like this. What we're doing is we're doing a lot of local stuff. Um, we're like Rock Hall. Of course, Mrs. Buzz didn't want to go, but I went to the Rock Hall. I didn't have to pay for it, so Brett was nice enough to pay my way in, which was like close to $35. I mean, it wasn't cheap. Um, but it cost me $250. So, and he bought me a sandwich. We were there. We were talking for a while, and we had a good day. And then this show we just went to today. There's so much local stuff. We went to the Museum of Natural History. We haven't even seen a Guardians game this year, and usually we go to that every year. Usually try to catch a fireworks night. Went to the Cuyahoga County Fair. So we've been doing this and that, and on the cheap, not really spending too much money, entertaining ourselves. So, and that's a good way to do it. I will get to Michigan, if not this year, next year for sure. But we're still trying to do maybe September, October, getting up to Greenfield Village, and maybe the Christmas store. So Mrs. Buzz wrote all this stuff down where we could go, and we just have to schedule it in. Um, yeah, we still got some things going on, so but we'll get going. I would have to do my own taxes if I had YouTube, but I love doing taxes. Well, you could do mine because I still have not had confirmation. It's been 35 days, and the IRS, the tax guy that I had the taxes done with, says he submitted them, and it's been 35 days, not work days, 35 days. And on the IRS website, it says it takes 21 days if you do a return, not an amended return, but if you pay your stuff and then you file a delayed by October or whatever it was. And I'm worried that they haven't received it. So I've been texting this guy, and he says, "Oh, he's going to check and make sure." And I've had 4 texts out to him. I get nothing back. So I'm about done with this guy. That's for sure. Never, ever, ever, ever again. That's from a show. Never, ever, ever. Oh, that was Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men, where the girl says, "Never, ever, ever, ever." You guys remember that one? But I called the IRS, and check this out. It comes up and it says, "I want you to, hit these prompts or whatever." And I hit the prompt, and it says, "There's just too many calls coming in, so call back tomorrow." And it's like, "Are you serious?" And it clicked off. And I'm like, "Really? This is how this works?" And you can't do it online. I'm set up with irs.gov. It just shows you whether it received it. It shows you if it received it, and it doesn't show it's received. So, or processed. So I want to show if it's received, and they're just delaying the processing. I'm okay with that. But if it doesn't get turned in by the deadline, I'm screwed, right? So I can't get the information. It's just a lot of craziness. Buzz wanted a sweatshirt. They sold out XL. He goes back later to order. He couldn't remember which pattern he wanted. Talk about whining. Yeah, man. I thought there was a different one. I think there is a different one, Captain Billy. When you come out to Washington State, you have to go to the EMP in Seattle. Paul Allen started it. You got some pretty cool stuff. Black Dragon. Hey, how you doing? You drink coffee? I need to send you one of my YouTube channel Professor Logo mugs. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I got my today's a good day, because that's every day I wake up, I got to drink. Today's a good day. Not it may be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I am drinking some coffee right now. Secret tips to get into places for free. Tell them you're there to fix the toilet. Oh, that's funny. Just need to carry a toolbox. Yeah, just put on. I actually have one of those workman's vests in my car because if I do metal detecting, sometimes I'll throw that vest on. And and I've told you guys the story one time, long time ago. I'll make this real quick. I was down at a garage on Lorraine Avenue, Lorraine, and somewhere down in the city of Cleveland, and I needed them. It was a transmission place. And I needed them to look at my transmission. And some guy walks in. He's got the vest on. He's got a clipboard, and he's got a yellow hard hat on. And he starts talking to the owner, and he's writing some stuff down. And I'm not really paying attention. And then the guy leaves, and I go up and I said, "Hey, how's my car? What are you thinking?" And and he just starts shaking his head, and I go, "Oh, what did I say wrong?" And he goes, "No, that guy right there." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "That's just a bum on the street. He wears all this stuff to make him look like something." And I said, "He did it. I mean, I thought he was like with the city or he was a utility worker." He goes, "No, he goes into every place. He looks for donuts, coffee. He just looks for something to eat and stuff. And he comes in here every day about the same time. He just writes down something. And I don't even talk to him half the time. And he'll just write something down, look around, and turn around and walk out." I'm like, man, I'm learning how people are, I guess. So yeah, so 280 zone. You're exactly right. That's all you got to do. If you have a Bank of America credit card, you can get into certain museums. Yeah, we got into the one museum. If you live in Cleveland, you can get in free. And if you live on the outskirts of Cleveland in the suburbs, you can get in at a $5 off or something like that. And of course, there's like the Museum of Natural History. It would still cost us 21, but it was a few dollars off because of for seniors. But my daughter got us in for free because she lives in Cleveland with her husband, and they said anybody that's with you can get in for free. So that saved us $42. So that was kind of nice. Lots of layoff at the IRS. How did he submit? He would have. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And he said he was going to go into the office and just make sure. And then I never heard from him again. Like I said, man, the guy's a foul ball. I hate to say that about people, but yeah, file an extension. That's what it was. Thank you. Those are your tax dollars hard at work. Yeah. Hey, David, let's get back up here again. If you need to get a hold of the IRS, you call at 8 a.m. sharp. Oh, yeah. I may do that. I just want to see if they received it. That's all. And there's nowhere on their website that shows that it's been received. So I don't know. It's frustrating. I just don't want to get in trouble because the deadline's fast approaching. Called SAS, and they wouldn't do it. So starting Wednesday, when I get my check, 1,000 will be taken out. Oh man. And they're going to do it for 19 months, right? So you're looking at a year and a half or whatever of reduced money. That Rick, I'm sorry, man. That just sucks that Ford or whoever makes a mistake, and you pay the price. What do they think, that you're just not going to spend that money? You're just going to bank every dollar, and then it's there to set. That's just not good. I don't know what the answer is, but it's not good. Every day above ground is a good day. You better believe it. Hate museums don't get modern art. Yeah, I told Captain Billy, I'm not an art museum fan. I was like, can you imagine? It looks like Play-Doh, right? There's a Play-Doh, and it looks like a lump of Play-Doh sitting on this plate. And that's from the Ming Dynasty. I said, look, it's probably some 3-year-old kid took a bunch of mud, put it together, slapped it down, and somebody found it, 10,000 years later or whatever. Ooh, look at that. That's worth $7 million. And some 3-year-old kid just put a hunk of clay together. That's how I look at fine art. Okay. And I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but that's how I look at it. I told Captain Billy that story, and he was not impressed. Anyone returning an Irma increase? I don't qualify for that, so He's the one that don't get art like Alfred. New retirement plan for me: reflective wear, clipboard, and free donuts. Yeah, it'll work. It'll definitely work. I'm afraid of museums. They might want to keep me for an exhibit. That could be. I need to travel up there and visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, he went. Brett went there. I haven't heard from him since when he left the Rock Hall. And the next day, I think he was going to the because he was going to bed down in Richfield, Ohio, and then he was going to hit Canton. I have not been to the Football Hall of Fame in a long, long time. If anybody goes, hit me up and I will go with you. I wouldn't mind going there. Can you get the return from him and submit it? He won't talk to me. Because I even text him, and this is 4 texts I've sent to him, and I said, should I just turn in another return and send in my return? Because he did the return. Should I just send it in manually? Didn't hear a word. I kind of got on him when I saw him. Whenever I said, if you're a small business and you're trying to expand, et cetera, you need to communicate. And I didn't mean to be arrogant about it, or an a-hole about it, but I was kind of perturbed. You need to communicate. Even if, this is all I've learned all my life in the working world, even if the customer doesn't like the answer, you still need to communicate. You have to communicate. The customer not knowing what's going on is more frustrating than hearing bad news, if there was a case of bad news. And when we were working, we instilled that in everybody. Always communicate. Number one thing in business, you must communicate. And it's so frustrating not to get that from not just him, but from other companies as well and other people. Also, security horror stories on top of its return make me wish I could opt out. Oh, yeah, I know. That's another thing is, yes, and I think they're trying to do that now a little bit with weren't they giving like $500 or $1,000 to young kids or something and putting it in some kind of account? And that could be a stepping stone towards something like that. So maybe. Should be able to put a hold on the Dr. Weir. Yeah. I went to the Air Force Museum last week. Local museums getting a lot of nice works that aren't not modern looking. I will get it fixed, but I may not be able to eat for the short term. Yeah, really. Hey, you need any help? I can send you some Cleveland brews. We'll call Noble Beast and we'll have them send you some of their finest. Noble Beast Brewing Company down in Cleveland. We'll make sure you get the Cleveland version, the Ohio State version. Kentucky Leisure, how are you? I'm on a perpetual award at the Carpenters Hall in Washington, D.C. That's right. Carlos was like a #1 carpenter furniture maker, right? Time for a little legal action. I'll meet you at the Smucker store, and then we can head to the... Okay. I don't know where the Smucker store is, so you got to give me a map. Contact your congressional representative office. They connect. I don't know about that. Yeah, I did, Kirk. I read something that it says they don't want you to send it twice. I have to check that out because now you can get in trouble for sending it twice. But I don't know. I'll just keep looking every day, and hopefully maybe the guy will respond to me eventually. I mean, he could be on vacation or something. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but this has been dragging on for so long. I mean, he sent me a text, said he sent it, and everything was fine. And maybe I'm pestering him too much because I can't see it in the irs.gov website. But like I said, it takes 21 days. Now, it doesn't say working days or calendar days, which, again, communicate. What is 21 days? Is it working days or total calendar days? Doesn't say. So once again, you're guessing. So if it's work days, maybe I'm being a little impatient. If it's calendar days, then it's past due. So did they get it? OSU versus Ohio, 6-0. Can you chat with? No, nope. I couldn't find a way. It's hard to find a good accountant. They sweet talk you, then the secretary does your taxes. I'll do them myself. I just wanted, because this is my first time with self-employment taxes, that I wanted to have somebody overlook everything. And with the whole thing I did with holding the funds until this year, now that's screwed up this year, and I just got a lot going on with it, and I wanted an expert to walk me through it. And yeah, bad choice. There's a merry-go-round museum in Sandusky. Oh boy, I don't think so. I get dizzy just thinking about that. Oh, in Orville, yeah. In Orville, yeah. Okay, you're right. Suburban Barbecue, how are you? Corny, you made 2 all-day passes. Sounds like the best Thursday ever. It's work days? Okay. If it is work days, then so take away 4 weekends. So that 8 days. So maybe I'm still okay. You just go around in circles with that museum, huh? Hey Buzz, I'm originally from the south side of Chicago. You want me to talk to this guy? Oh, you'll get him to talk. Yeah. And that's okay. Again, I hate saying something about somebody without them being here to defend themselves. So maybe we'll have to do a live. I'll go to his office. We have a guy named Carl Money. Used to walk into people's offices and film everything. Hey, found out you had an accident over here and you didn't report it, and da 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 da. I should do that with him. Yeah, don't mess with Vicky West. You better believe it. How do you feel today, Buzz? I feel great. Doreen, I can't do it until they get that 131 from the Ford on the 50,000. Yeah, Vicky's going to put the smackdown on somebody. Oktoberfest in Cleveland. I think you missed it. I think they just had it. They had it already. I've always needed a CPA for my taxes. I don't understand that type of math. Yeah. Well, things are with the standard deduction is getting a little easier now, especially for retired people. Unless you have a lot going on with, real estate and all this other stuff. Otherwise, it's not too hard. I mean, TurboTax does, I think, a pretty good job. But all that's getting expensive, too. I think between TurboTax and what he charged me, there wasn't a big gap there. No more stomach issues. No, I'm getting past that. Although if I see the doctor on the 23rd just for general Medicare, first year Medicare evaluation. Is that what they call it? So I'll see him on the 23rd. And if I still have issues on the 23rd, then I'll go to my stomach doctor. Yeah, it was the last 2 weekends for the Oktoberfest, right? I like to leave them thinking. Okay, Stuart. Stuart's got me going. I promised I wouldn't wait, and here we waited almost an hour. So, for all you newbies and all you old bees, we're going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card if you can guess a number between 0 and 100. The first one that guesses it gets that $25 sent to them in the form of an e-gift card. You will just provide your email address to me at buzzretirementgarage@gmail.com. Did you get all that? Most of my videos have my email on there in case you didn't catch that. Mrs. Buzz picked the number, so if it's not the one that you guessed, don't blame me, blame her. And hopefully I don't miss it. Hopefully I don't miss it, but you never know. And don't forget, check out Retired and Loving It's 50th anniversary video. You only get to do that once. That's why I was just looking at, Bob Wells, Houlihan. 91, I'll never see him again. More than likely, the odds are I'll never see him again. maybe a funeral. So, and I don't mean that in a negative way towards them, but 50 years marriage, you're not going to get to 100. I can just about guarantee that. So that's a heck of a milestone. A heck of a milestone. Now I'm at 42 years, and I know some of you are out there at 44, 45, I think, if I remember. Man, what is going? Hey, Stuart and Flip Flops, the guy that wants me to get going on this, and he actually guesses it. And look, he's got a number 3 next to the 3. So Stuart gets it. Now, Dr. Cornelius, you just missed it, but you guys checked me out because I was talking. And Angela, you just had it right behind Stuart. Isn't that something? So, guys, check me out and make sure I didn't miss somebody. You said 3 plus 5? Yeah. So it looks like Stuart. Any double checks on that? I know 280 Zone is working hard. Sometimes a blind hog finds an acorn once in a while. That's right. Well, that's funny because you reminded me by throwing that number 51. I think you put out there, and I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot." Because last week I said I'm not going to go the whole hour, and here I did it again. Dummy me. Monique, we are done now. We think we have a winner. I think I'm getting some confirmation. And I think Stuart was the first one, but we always double check. Take care, retired and loving it. I appreciate you guys being here. You're not meant to win. You like losing. You will win when it's your time, right? That's how I always look at it. Yeah, he was first. All right, Katie. Thank you. Where's 280 Zone? Are you sleeping at the wheel or what? Usually 280 Zone's right on it too. Well, thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Yeah, Stuart. Okay. Jeez. I thought you fell asleep. That's right. If it's meant to be. So yeah, you just email me, Stuart. I think you have my email, but it ain't even 8 and people are bugging out quitters. That's okay. It's been a long day for us, so just give mine to the dogs and cats. I'm not even in this. Hey, Rick, you probably need to get a $25 gift card with the Social Security taking away $1,000 a month. I think you need a little help, right? Oh, you ordered a tea. Okay. Treating myself this month. Just received my. Ah, cool. So you got Vicky West ordered one, huh? Yeah, he was being thorough. Yes, he was. That was a rough one to verify. Yeah, there was a lot of names. There was. I appreciate you guys doing that and checking it out. Because if I did it, I would still screw it up somehow. But I've been doing better watching. We have that 17-second delay, so it's been helping out. So that we don't get one right after the other. And the less people we have, the easier it is. Gets up to like 200 people, then it gets to be a little bit tough. Yeah, that was your first time here, huh, Monique? Well, I appreciate you being here. So what kind of tea did you get, Vicky? I just now can start seeing the orders come through. I couldn't see them before. Oh, I don't think you're lying, Rick. I believe it 100%. If you're asking me if I think you're BSing, no, I don't think so at all because I've heard so many stories. And like I said, there was one they had to give back $55,000. It was a big story on the news. Um, I don't know if it made world news or I'm not sure where it was, but yeah, it was a big deal. Those low digit numbers are the killer. Yeah, I said blame Mrs. Buzz. She said, I did 11 already. And I said, yeah, I think you did. She goes, all right, let's go 3 then. Yeah, Monique, come on back. We'll do Wednesday at 2. Normally, Wednesday at 2. Not all the time. It's not guaranteed. It'll just show up, depending on what I'm into. But Saturdays at 7, we try to keep it consistent, just to see what you guys are up to and how things are going, good or bad. Like Rick's story, that's not good. But Captain Billy got to spend the day with me today, so that was a good thing. And he was, you know what he was doing? He was watching me and eating popcorn. He was eating popcorn. But I bought him a little cake sucker, so I felt good. I got him a something to put in his mouth to shut him up, so that was good. All right, Stuart, thank you. Hey, 280 zone, thank you. Yeah, and again, we're just starting off on the merch after 2 years. We're finally putting up a merch shop, um, and it's gonna change. We're gonna get some new logos, but it started off. If you guys saw back when I was at the fair, I got a hat from them, and Printify and Printful and some of these other places do what they call print on demand, where you set up the store. And I was just too lazy to do that. Well, this Teresa and Freddie, they took care of all the legwork, all the head work, and they did it, and it's great, and it's going to get better and better and better as we work it out. Short sleeve gray, yeah, the big round color. Yeah, okay, a short sleeve gray. A couple people asked me for V necks for the women, and we did ask them to put that. I don't know if it's on the site yet. JNP 96. I didn't fix the garage door, but I put it back in the slot, and I kind of moved the rail a little bit, even though it's fixed. I kind of bent it just a little bit, and I've opened and closed it like 8 times, and it hasn't fallen out yet. It hasn't moved. Plus, it has the 2 eyelets, and I bent this one in to kind of hold it. Um, and what I'll end up doing after all the emails and responses I got was I'm gonna close the door, take the torsion, because I put them torsion springs on there myself. I will release the torsion from that, and I'll replace everything, and then put the torsion back on. Um, and I'll do that as a project. When I finish the steps and when I finish the bathroom, I'll do that project. So always something to do. I will do that, Kaz. I want to play pinball for 8 hours tomorrow. Pinball convention and Independence tomorrow. Really? Wow. No, but that actually sounds pretty cool, though. A whole convention just for pinball? Wow. Yeah, that's all I did with the garage door. So right now it's working, and I don't know what's why it's working now. I mean, what I did was I don't think that much of a big deal, but maybe I was like on the razor's edge of good and bad. Um, you like the yellow bee? Yeah, okay. My girl's birthday, coming worried about Christmas. That's what I'm asking about selling my whole life. Oh, V-necks are not available on there. Okay, hopefully they'll get that up there. They're also getting some sweatshirts. Oh, they ordered a hoodie and tee. So they got the hoodies on there. We had just talked about that not long ago. I actually ordered one for myself with the YouTube. I asked them to put a YouTube. I can't. They can't sell them with a YouTube logo. Um, I found that out from Retired and Loving It and from them, because I'm like, Retired and Love It. Keith and Terry have these YouTube logos all over their stuff, and I'm like, I go onto their site and none of it shows that, so it's illegal to do that. And I actually checked with YouTube, and they said that's illegal. You can't sell something with our logo on it, which makes sense. So, but if they're just going to send it to me as with the logo on there, um, but they can't sell it on the site. So we might be able to do some backdoor stuff. We'll see how it goes. if someone really did want to. No, I didn't buy lunch. I bought him a sucker, Carlos. But somebody really wanted it. And thank you for ordering that, Vicky. I appreciate that. It's an honor to hang with you. I thought the honor was yours to hang with me. No, Captain Billy wanted me to buy him a steak dinner, and I'm like, man, see my pockets? I got no money. No, the hoodies are there. Okay, good. Can they get a thermal coffee mug with a lid? They have they got the ceramic one. Um, we haven't gone any further than that. I did. I bought him a sucker. No, I wanted him to put it in his mouth to shut him up. They have clips for the roller, then it will not slide out. Yeah, Greg, thank you for that. I did see those clips, but I didn't want to buy like you can't buy one. You have to buy like a package of 20 or something like that. And I'm like, at last resort, or like 280 zone, and other people said I could drill that little rod and put I got cotter pins coming out the yin yang over here. I could throw a cotter pin in there. So that's but that's a symptom of a problem, right? And I just don't want to put a Band-Aid on it. I want to understand why it's doing what it's doing. And I got a lot of good information, but I measured the tracks from bottom of the track to the top all the way across, and it's even. So that's what made me think, well, and then someone else said the torsion, because I have two springs, because it's a two-door garage. And I put those up years ago, more than 5 years ago, probably 7 or 8 years ago. And it's been fine. So I can't think it's a torsion unless one of them's getting ready to give way. It's the only thing I can think of. So I may even replace those when I do a whole project. I have to find out when I bought them. But if they're like 8 or 10 years old, I'll just redo everything. And that's a one-day job. It's not a big deal. I was saying from my grandkids' school. Oh, okay. All right. I got you, Vicky. I don't read very well. No, I read well. But I don't interpret or understand very well. That's my problem. Offer a dog collar. There's an idea too. Did you bring your sketchbook and pencil? No, he didn't. He had nothing, but he did bring a book where he had all his signatures in there, which was pretty cool, from all the people that he's met over the years at these conventions. You had to get his window was man pay for that sucker. Oh boy. 1 day job takes a week or two. Yeah, Steve, you got that right. But if I plan it right, hopefully, yeah, trust me, Steve. I know it. Thank you for being here. I know that. That's well, as I've watched your videos, you're right. A project could take a long time. And I'm sure Connie doesn't say anything to you, just like Mrs. Buzz doesn't say anything to me, right? Like, oh, weren't you going to work on that like yesterday or last month or last year? Like my bathroom. That's just sad. OSU 13, Ohio 0. Yeah, another one of those games. Actually, they should be routing Ohio, but Carl, it was kind of wonderful. All the neighbor dogs are barking tonight. It's been quiet. No planes. I just heard Mark next door for a minute, or maybe that was 2 doors down. Man, it's been real quiet here in the neighborhood. And girls are in the early mid-20s. They will understand. It's just always give them money. Yeah, I know, Rick. That's a tough one. I've even read that older people or retired people are taking out loans. Like they'll take out a $20,000 loan, and they'll go and party and go to the cruises and go take their long trips and go to Hawaii and go to Italy or whatever. And then, start paying that back after they have a couple 5 years of having a great time. And then they'll pay it back, and or pay it off or whatever, because they want that big chunk of money while they're in their go-go years, right? So I've heard people do that. I don't know anybody personally that has, but because paying the interest on a loan like 7-8% or whatever or more, it's not something I want to do. That's for sure. Yeah, it's been quiet at the airport. Yeah, it's just like I haven't heard one plane this whole time we've been doing this. Um, so either they're running the other way or something's going on over there. Does anyone have a muzzle for someone's keyboard? Uh-oh. My get up and go got up and went, as they say. Well, my knee's been feeling a little bit better. I've been so worried about it because it's been every day, even at night, I could feel it, and lately it's been doing pretty good. So maybe it's my diet or I'm eating something right or drinking more water. I think if you drink more water, that helps too. So I always try to do that. Is Vicky talking about Captain Billy? It was nice meeting Captain Billy, though. It actually was. Um, and seeing Brett, seeing Captain Billy. I can't wait to meet some of you. Um, I'd like to make the California trip because there's probably 5 of you out there, 6, 7 out in California. There's probably about 7 of you out in California that I know of just off the top of my head. And that would be cool just to go house to house to house in California. Just do how long would it take to run the whole state? Probably at least 2 days, maybe 3 days. I don't know. You see Dwayne and Carlos and uh, there's a whole bunch of people over there in California. Financing vacation sounds like financial suicide. Yeah, I know. Diablo, you're right about that, but people talk about it. Maybe Hopkins heard you do. Somebody said they were going to talk to them about that when Buzz's show's on, we got to stop the planes. And I didn't believe it, but maybe it's working. If you hit California, you need to head up the coast to Oregon and then Washington. Well, let's see. That'll be a heck of a trip. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. I did look at the Google Earth, and I see over by the street over from your place, maybe 2 streets, where they have all those, looks like tomato farms. Is that what you were telling me? That whole area is nothing but like farmland, and it's pretty cool looking. And it doesn't show like, I didn't do street view or anything like that, but um, it just looked like a big area not too far from your house. So yeah, that would be cool. And then I was talking to Brett because somebody and I make this story short, somebody from Hawaii said they were going to come to Cleveland, or not Cleveland, but they were coming to the U.S. and they wanted me and Mrs. Buzz to house sit their house in Hawaii. And I thought, whoa, that was really, that was in the spring when I did a video whining about how cold and crappy it was. And I'm so glad winter's over. And he was saying that when they come to the U.S., I can go there and house sit for them. So I was telling Brett this because Brett's wife I don't know if she's from Hawaii, but she's been to Hawaii quite often. And I think she's Hawaiian or Indonesian or something. And I said, that's kind of weird to go and house sit. And he goes, no, that's not weird at all. He goes, if you're not an islander and you leave the house, in Hawaii, they can go into the house and squat and you could lose your rights. Like they won't kick you out if you're a squatter. And I said, get out of here. And he goes, no, that's how it is. So everybody who in Hawaii that leave for an extended period of time has to have a house sitter. They have to, especially if you're not a native islander. And I said, man, you're pulling my leg. And he says, no, that's a real thing. And I had no clue that actually happens. Let's see here. We're going to be finishing up here in a couple minutes. I'm selling my life policy for me and my girls. They're hurting. Give them some now while they're hurting. Yeah, okay. I mean, you got to do what's in your best and your family's best interest. Again, I don't know That's a good idea, but you got to do what you think is right. Always prepay vacations. Hey Dana, how you doing? For us, we'd rather put the money in the house versus taking a vacation. That's a good idea too. Maybe we can have a buzz meetup at the place, maybe in the spring or next summer, so we could plan and budget. Well, we could have something set up here in the city of Cleveland. I posted a video of my top 10 personal finance commandments, and prepaying vacations is one of those. All right, Ace in the Hole, we got to check that out. We did the left coast trip from San Francisco to Portland several years ago, and it's absolutely beautiful. But California is very expensive compared to, yes, I know. Oh, yeah. He's Captain Billy's only here to torment Buzzy Boy. And remember, there's still 7 Captain Billy Christmas cards available if anybody wants them. They're free of charge. And, probably in another month, I'll pay you to take them. I definitely think we need to take about a Buzz meetup next year. I think that would be fun. Was watering, you know how that goes. No, Billy, I met Billy, Dana. Me and Billy were hanging out today. He won't let me post his face or anything like that, but we hung out today. He's a cool dude. He's all right. He's not bad. He's an all right dude. He actually looks like there's a movie star, and I don't want to swell his head because he won't be able to walk in and out of the house or get in the car. But there's a movie star, and I kept looking at him, and I kept thinking that there's this movie star who looks just like him, and I could not place it. So I didn't tell him that. Like I said, I wanted him to be able to walk out the big 5-foot door without his head hitting it. So I didn't say anything to him. But yeah, we hung out today. It was fun. It's a big thing in UK as well. People get a flat sitter. Greg, see? I thought he was messing with me, but he said it's a real thing. And people are looking for, people to come and sit their house. Giveaway with numbers, see who actually wants the art. I saw you looking for him. Yeah, I was looking for him. Sean Connery. No, it wasn't Sean Connery. I was trying to think. No, not Brad Pitt. No, not even close. Lou Costello, we're getting closer. Al Pacino. No, it wasn't Brad Pitt. No. You spent the night in Macedonia while I was driving from New Jersey. I like the area. Macedonia, that's not too bad. I've only been through there a few times. That's not too bad. W.C. Fields. Oh, now we're getting closer. Phyllis Diller. Ooh, nah, you're better than Phyllis. There are websites where you can search for house sitting jobs. That would be kind of scary. Weather is perfect today. We've got good weather too. We're down to 66 though. Tom Selleck, he's a little bit of a cross between Tom Selleck, Sean Connery, and Alfred E. Newman on the cover of Mad Magazine. I think if you put all 3 of them together in a composite picture, that would be him. Curly Howard of the Three Stooges. Buddy Hackett. No, I don't think so. I wish he would just let me post his picture. We were Abbott Costello standing next to each other. Did I mention Buzz is tall? Now you're not that. You had Little John over there. Little John's 4 foot. What was he? 4'1" or 2 or something like that. Yeah, plug those into Chat GPT and see what we come up with. Then you'll see what Captain Billy looks like. No, not like Pee Wee Herman. No, not even close. No, Wilson. No, not Wilson either. He's got a little bit of gray in his hair, but not much. I expected more. He's actually a young man. He's not that old. I take him to be. I better not say. If I was curly handsome. The Little John owned, yes. Little John still, I think he still has the jewelry store, Rinaldi's Jewelers. I think he still has it unless he sold it out or maybe somebody else is running it. He didn't seem I don't know. He seemed a little. He wasn't smiling much, and I think he had a long day. Yeah, Wilson from Castaway, the volleyball. Yeah, people say that. Kermit the Frog. It's the green pills. Yeah, Little John was. I just took it as he was. I think he was wearing down a little bit. Now, Houlihan was doing great, and he's 91. He, I couldn't believe how good he was doing. Mr. Peanut. Now he's a lot better looking than Mr. Peanut. So one day we'll have to get in a picture. What are you trying to guess? Well, Captain Billy would not let me take a picture of his face to publish. So I'm trying to describe to you what he looked like. And I was saying, he's a pretty decent looking guy. I mean, I hate to say that, like, not into guys, of course, but he's not a bad looking guy. And he's smart when it comes to. Did you notice Hooligan had a Goulardi beard? No, I didn't notice that. Houlihan, yeah, my spell check always puts it Hooligan too. It makes me crazy. They're just not used to seeing Houlihan. No, I didn't see that. But yeah, Captain Billy, I would say Tom Selleck, Sean Connery, and Alfred E. Newman. If you put all those, you're going to put that in Chat GPT, put all those three together, and you probably get what he looks like. Get a good movie for everyone to watch. Wait Until Dark. Audrey Hepburn, Alan Arkin. Oh, Wait Until Dark. I think we've seen that one. What were we just watching yesterday? Oh, the one with the Look Who's Coming to Dinner. That was on the Turner Classic Movies yesterday. I never saw that one. That was pretty good. I guess who was that guy at the end where he does the speech? They said he died like 2 weeks after they filmed. That's pretty crazy. People never know. People never look like how you picture them. Yeah, he looked like I pictured him. Great movie. That's the difference between hula and Hulu. You're never gonna let that down, are you? You're just never gonna let me forget about that, Vicky, are you? You're trying to has possibly in human words what me worry. Smart and good looking, but that personality, if he had money, the ladies might be willing. I don't know. I'll tell you, Captain Billy, you might, if you don't have money, that's 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf said, though. Spencer Tracy. Yeah. Thank you, Lynn and Nancy. It was Spencer Tracy. They said after he did that movie, it was just a couple weeks after, I was watching the end when they talking, and they said he passed away just like a few weeks after filming. I thought, man, that's sad. I mean, he looked good in the movie, or in the filming part of it. Yeah, he was older, but he looked pretty good. Revolutionary Road. What's for dinner? We're gonna finish up we got 2 chickens from Costco or Sam's Club, and we'll eat the second one today. And I did buy some organic hamburger, which we'll put on the grill tomorrow. So Captain Billy should show his face. Maybe he get a few dates. Ooh, maybe. His speech. There was one person. It's called the monkey. It's the mummy and the monkey. The monkey was giving him the side eye. So I don't know. There might be something going on with them. Oh, he was filming, huh? Ramen noodles. Oh boy. I made chicken and cheese quesadilla for dinner. That sounds good. I made my chili. Mrs. Buzz was talking about making a chili, but with my stomach, Kaz, you had that stomach problem too when you're making chili. I guess that doesn't bother you, huh? That red stuff just bothers me. Is Billy looking for a woman? I don't know. He was the monkey. If you look at my one live, it's the monkey and the mummy, and the monkey was giving him the side eye, and I think he was giving the side eye back. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Have you had a slice of pizza from your favorite place lately? No, I have not gone over there because it's just too much money. I hate to say that, but our frozen pizzas are working out good for us. Oh, you make mild chili? Okay. Having leftover chili Colorado tonight. Nice Mexican restaurant. That sounds good. He acts like he is flirting with the ladies in the chat. Guess who's coming to dinner? Yeah, that's the movie, right? Unless you're asking me who's coming to dinner. You can't eat it. Oh, that's right. You got off of that, right? You're doing the no carb thing. You still doing that? No. The dumb Cheetos are money, right? I got a bacon and grape flatbread. Two great tastes. Oh, that sounds good. You got a good deal on the gluten-free bread at Costco. Yeah. Yeah. She gets every time I go to Costco, she wants those two loaves. Those aren't too bad. She likes them actually. What are you making with all those ripening tomatoes? They're not coming in bunches. They just started coming a little bit in bunches right now. So we're making the hamburgers tomorrow. So I got one. I should bring it out here. It's a big rainbow. We're gonna cut that up and put that on the sandwich. But we've just been getting a lot of more of the cherry tomatoes, which we eat with salad every day. We haven't gotten a big group of stuff yet. Cheetos are as good as gold. Lost 10 pounds and my sugar is back to normal. My doc was impressed. Well, that's good. That's hard to stick to, though. I don't know if I can do it. Once in a while, I pop open a Chef Boyardee spaghetti. Yeah, or SpaghettiOs, but that acid reflex would just shoot right up me. I can't eat that stuff. If you come to Detroit, you have to go to Buddy's Pizza. Well, I tell you what, when I go up to Michigan, I will let everybody know where we're traveling so you guys can let me know what's happening. And hey, Tim Reed. Holy cow. Tim Reed is a guy that used to work at MTD. He's an accounting guy. I think he just retired, I want to say 5 months ago, 6 months ago, Tim. Maybe it was longer. But I just remember you retired not that long ago. And that was an MTD guy. Super. Yeah, June 13th. I knew it wasn't too long ago. Super nice guy. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. That's really cool. Yeah, we're just coming to closing because we usually do an hour and we're an hour and 30 minutes today. So we're going to usually try to cut this off so I can go and eat. Tim, we went to the, me and Captain Billy. You don't know the captain, but we went separate, of course, but we met at the Little John's, Big Chuck Little John Adios Muchacho shows. This is with Bob Wells, Houlihan, and Little John. This will be their last show ever. And that was fun. I did a live. There's two lives. The first one kind of gives you an overview of the show, what you saw there. The second one got grainy, but it was Houlihan and Little John talking stories. And Tim, not Conway, Tim, one of the Channel 8 guys, Tim, I forget his last name. He also told some stories about Dick Goddard and some other funny things. Get a chance to check that out. Gluten-free bread, $8.20 loaf at Whole Foods. That's a lot for the 15 ounce. I just do my best to avoid all bread. And that's a good idea, but I love bread. Wasn't there a Tim Reed who played? Yeah, there was a Tim. Yeah, for that. I don't know if it was Tim Reed, but there was a Tim. 12-6. I can't believe it stuck to it. Tim Taylor. Thank you, Captain Billy. I just couldn't think of his name. But yeah, he retired, he said, in 2005 from Channel 8. And Tim would know. You probably have watched him before. All right, Ace in the Hole, thank you. We're going to get over to your channel and check things out. Not mozzarella's on the bottom. Buzz, don't go anywhere. I'm here getting used to not eating. Oh, man, that's not good. All right, Arlene, thank you. I see some fireworks. Heard some fireworks is going on. That Tim Reed was the African American. Oh, okay. So probably no relation. Well, they don't know, but you're a white dude. So, yeah, I would think that Tim Reed from WKRP in Cincinnati, you probably don't have, you're probably not cousins. All right, Carl, we're going to take off here. I appreciate everybody who's been here and who came and left. I appreciate that too. Don't forget the merch store is open. Not to plug anything, but um, yeah, time to get out feeding. I'm going to go ahead and it's spelled Reed, Reid. Ah, okay, that could be. There's Jerry Reed too. Now that could be his brother or maybe his cousin or something. But thank you very much for being here. I got to find out why they're doing fireworks tonight. Something happened I should know about. I've been out of it all day today. I don't know what's going on in the world. But I appreciate you guys being here, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully we'll get to see you Wednesday or for sure next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, God willing, we'll see you. And be careful. Captain Billy, stay out of jail. I hope you have fun at the pinball thing tomorrow. And thanks for playing the Amazon gift card. And Stuart, hopefully you'll send me that email. And yes, I will tell Mrs. Buzz. And she doesn't miss me anyway. She's fine. She probably likes having the house to herself. So we'll take care and see you next week. Thank you.